Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you out to the shed of many names on this hot day. Now I have a fan going, blowing on me. I hope you can hear over it, and if it bothers you, I apologize, but I'm keeping that fan on. Today we're going to have fun and we're going to make pineapple jam. Now this same recipe has several variations. You can make it without pectin. I'm going to be making it with pectin, and you can make it with liquid pectin, which you really don't have to use the liquid nor the powder pectin, but with using the pectin you get more jam because you have to use more sugar, so therefore you get more product. It's easy, and I'll give all three recipes, but like I said, I'm not big on the liquid pectin one because you really don't need to go that route, and liquid pectin is way too expensive. Now, let's have some fun and get busy. Make sure everything that you are using is clean, sanitized, and make sure that you have washed your pineapples. Yes, wash your pineapples very well to get any dirt that's lodged on them, any possible leftover pesticides off of them, and make sure, like I have down below me that you can't see, I have a 5-gallon bucket, food grade 5-gallon bucket, because all the peel and the core, which will not be going into the jam, will be going into the bucket, because the next video I'll be making some pineapple wine. Yes, I will be. So let's turn the camera. I got my sweat rag ready, so let's get busy. Alright, we're going to take our first pineapple here. Make sure you get that top cut off. I'll set the top aside because I'm going to plant those babies. And make sure you have your lid on your bucket so the flies and gnats don't get in it while you're working. Okay. You want to cut down good enough to where you get that rind off of it. You do not want the rind in your jam. And like I say, waste not, want not. Trim the pineapple real good. Make sure that none of the rinds on it. But you don't want to trim it so good that you cut too much of your pineapple off. There's a fine line to it. And Let me tell you, when pineapple wine's made right, oh, it's delicious. This pineapple smells. Uh-oh. Well, I'm just going to have to cut that piece off once I cut it in quarters. You're going to want a food processor or a blender. You're just going to have to be real careful if you use a blender. You want to make sure you get the core out of the pineapple. The core won't hurt the wine at all because there's a lot of flavor and juice in the core. And you know your pineapple's good and ripe when the core comes out easily. Now, unless you're close to your sink, you'll want to keep your hands as free from pineapple juice as you can because your hands will get slippery. Now, what you're looking to do, you do not want to puree it. Come on, baby. There we go. You don't want to puree it. You just want to chop it real good. You just don't want real big chunks. Unless you like big chunks, then you can make it that way. But it cooks better when it's small pieces. Let's see. And you want 3 cups of pineapple as you can see, not real big pieces, but it's still in pieces. And the recipe is, if you're using Pectin like I am, is 3 cups of the puree to 3 cups of sugar. For every 3 cups of pumpkin, you're going, pumpkin, I got pumpkin on mine. For every 3 cups of pineapple, you will use 3 cups of sugar and 1 pouch of powdered regular Pectin. And like I said, recipe will be in the description box below. Now, this is where you would stop if you're one of those who have to do the single batch only. I'm not one of those people. I have 4 pineapples over here. Apparently I need to pick some pumpkin. But I have 4 pineapples over here, and I'm going to keep going. I'm trying to see how much I have right here. And yes, 3 cups. That's 3 cups of pineapple, not quite puree, but fine chopped. And I'm going to do 3 more pineapples, and I'll bring you back as soon as I get done. And like I said, if you're making bigger batch like I am, keep putting your cores and your peels down in your bucket so we can make wine after a while. Alright, I'll bring you back as soon as I get everything cleaned up, pureed, well, almost pureed, and ready to go out onto my propane stove. I'll see you back here in just a bit. Okay, I finally got those 4 pineapples slightly pureed, and each one blessed me with 3 cups of puree, which, well, not quite puree, but you know what I mean. I was very lucky on that one. So now, me being me, I'm going to use fresh lemon juice. Now you can choose to use store-bought, but that's fine. If you use store-bought, I do about a tablespoon. Let's see. Yeah, about a tablespoon per 3 cups of puree. You don't have to. I'm just going to squeeze 2 lemons, because the pineapple is already really acidic, but I'm just going to add that little extra pop. And these are, if you use fresh lemons, they are for once large lemons. We actually got a seed. That one almost got me. Whew. That was messy, but man, they smell good. I want to stir that really good. Alright, and I'm going to get my cooker set up, and get my water bath canner going and get my jars heating up. So I'll bring you right back as soon as I am done all of that. I'll see you at the cooker. Okay, I've had 3 of my packs of Pectin in there. Original Sure Gel is what I'm using. You want to make sure you get it all out. And get it stirred in real good. If you see little pineapple seeds, get those out. Not that they're going to hurt anything, but bigger pieces I pull out. And I snack on them. I have my heat up on it, and I'm going to watch it until it comes to a boil, and then I'm going to let it boil for a minute, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, now it's come to a full rolling boil. I'm going to let it boil for 1 minute. You have to watch out because it will bubble up and get you. And it smells so good. Now, if you was doing a single batch, this is when you would add your 3 cups of sugar. Well, I'm doing a quadruple batch, so that's 4 batches in one. So I'm going to be adding my 12 cups of sugar. Add a little bit and stir. Add a little bit more and stir. Watch out, it will splash and get you if you're not careful. Look how beautiful that is. You want to make sure that all your sugar is incorporated. And that is a pot of happiness, let me tell you. And it's going to take it a while to come back. up to temp, and I will bring you back when it starts boiling again, and we let it go for a minute. Okay, it's come up to a boil now, and I'm going to let it boil for a minute so it can do its magic. Okay. Oh, and let me tell you, this smells absolutely amazing. Alright, I got my flame cut off. I do not worry about the foam because that will settle down here in just a bit. And it's already trying to gel on my spoon. Put on my water bath counter and let that get going. I'll meet you back in the shed to jar these beautiful stuff up. Okay, it's time to jar up this liquid beautiful gold. Now everything's been sanitized. My jars are hot. My jar holder is here. And you want to be careful not to splash yourself. Now for those of us that have been canning forever, quarter of an inch headspace is right here. Now when you want to have your next jar ready, dip your paper towel in, set the jar down. While it's still handleable, you run the vinegar soaked paper towel over your rim, and of course you always check before you ever go to use a jar. Check your rims, finger tight. Look at that beautiful jar of sunshine. Okay, we're going to fill up one more. And you gently scoop it in there. I'm using a big spoon. If you wanted to, you could use a ladle. Take precautions because this stuff will burn you badly. And you want to make sure that your jars are hot, and that's a 1/4 inch. going to keep filling your jars up and I'll bring you back. Okay, here we go with the last jar of this round to can. And each time you want to make sure that you flip your vinegar rag over and change positions. In this first batch, and also just barely finger tight. Look at the light shining on that. Is that not beautiful? This first batch is 14 jelly jars. I can to sustain and survive. I don't can for prettiness. Alright, I'm fixing to take these to the water bath canner and bring you right back. Okay, the water bath canner is getting close to boil point. I like to put my jars into the canner before it starts boiling. That way the jars are not shocked. I'm going to ease them in gently. And that is about 3-4 inches of water to cover them easily. Cover them babies up because that hot jam in there is going to bring that temp up. And I'll bring you back when it starts to boil. Okay, as you can see, it has come to a full rolling boil, and I'm going to water bath can them for 10 minutes. I'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. I'm cutting the heat completely off, and I'm going to let it sit for at least 5 minutes before I bring them out. And I'm going to go get everything set up in the shed so I can get these out of this canner. Bring you back here in a little bit. Okay, now it's time to remove the jars from the canner. Move my lid over here. Now, if you're new to canning, please do not try to grab these handles with your bare hands. Always use pot holders. And try to make sure your pot holders do not get into the water. Alright, now I'm going to take them. They're already starting to seal. I'm going to take them into the shed and I'll bring you right along with me. Okay, we're going to lift these beautiful jars over here onto the paper towels so they can cool off. All the beautiful sounds of them popping, which means they are sealed. And of course the water will evaporate off the top. what I've seen, every single jar has already sealed. Here in a little while, after I finish this video, I'll get the second batch filled. Fourteen beautiful jelly jars so far of beautiful homemade pineapple jam. Simple, easy, anybody can make this. And remember, our ancestors didn't fool around with little single batches of this and that. They canned to be sufficient to survive and have food in the pantry. Something that we have to start being prepared for. I'm telling you, people, fill them pantries with what all you can possibly fill them with. Now, I will have the recipe in the description box below. Simple, easy, yes, you can do it. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and also I'll let you know, me and Junior's already tried it. As always, it's absolutely wonderful. You can do this. Just believe in yourself. That's water bath canning, one of the easiest ways you can. I hope this encourages you as well to start making your own jams and doing things seasonally. I don't make a whole lot of jelly because I prefer jam or preserves, because I like eating real fruit, not sugar water. But to each their own. I hope this encourages you. Everyone, keep stocking those pantries as much as you can with what you can, and try to stay away from the crap food. You don't want empty calories. It's okay to have some sweet here and there, because you're going to need a little sweet, because it's going to get hard to get a hold of. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon.